What if I told you that your greatest years might still be ahead of you? Not behind vow, not lost, not missed. Because something fascinating happens to certain people. They spend years struggling, failing, and feeling overlooked. While everyone else seems to race ahead, they quietly fight battles nobody sees. Then suddenly, everything changes. In their 40s, 50s, or even 60s, they become unstoppable. They build wealth, gain confidence, transform their health, achieve goals they once thought were impossible. So, what's their secret? Why do some people get stronger, wiser, and more successful with age, while others fade away? The answer isn't talent. It isn't luck. It's 7 powerful psychological shifts. And once they happen, there's no going back. For years, we've been sold a story that simply isn't true. That success belongs to the young. That if you haven't made it by 25, started a business by 30, or achieved your dreams by 40, somehow you're already behind. Every day, social media floods our screens with young millionaires, viral influencers, and overnight success stories. But what those headlines don't show are the countless people who found their true power much later in life. Because real success isn't built on age, it's built on perspective. Life teaches lessons that no classroom book or shortcut ever could. And the people who become unstoppable later in life aren't necessarily more talented or intelligent. They've simply developed a mindset that most people never discover. Once these mental shifts happen, everything changes. Their confidence grows, their focus sharpens, and their potential finally explodes. And today you're about to discover exactly what those powerful shifts are. One of the biggest breakthroughs that happens later in life is surprisingly simple. People stop living for everyone else's approval. When we're younger, it's easy to get trapped in the endless cycle of trying to impress others. We worry about fitting in, meeting expectations, and gaining validation from friends, family, co-workers, and even complete strangers. But chasing approval comes with a hidden cost. It keeps you from becoming who you're truly meant to be. Every decision becomes influenced by fear of judgment rather than personal purpose. Then something powerful happens. People begin to realize that most of the opinions they've worried about for years don't actually matter. The truth is, other people aren't living your life. They aren't paying your bills, pursuing your dreams, or carrying your responsibilities. And once that realization sinks in, a new level of freedom appears. Freedom to take chances, freedom to make mistakes, freedom to start over, freedom to follow a path that feels right even when others don't understand it. The people who become unstoppable later in life stop asking, "What will people think?" and start asking, "What do I truly want?" That's when confidence becomes real. That's when growth accelerates. And that's often the exact moment an ordinary person begins transforming into someone extraordinary. If there's one thing every unstoppable person has in common, it's this: they've been through pain. A lot of it. Failure, rejection, betrayal, heartbreak, disappointment, loss. Life doesn't spare anyone. The difference is that while some people allow painful experiences to define them, others use those same experiences to transform themselves. People who become unstoppable later in life often carry invisible scars. They've made costly mistakes, missed opportunities, trusted the wrong people, watched dreams fall apart. But instead of becoming bitter, they become wiser. At some point, their mindset shifts. They stop asking, why is this happening to me? And start asking, What is this teaching me? That single question changes everything. Suddenly, failure becomes feedback. Rejection becomes redirection. Setbacks become preparation for something greater. They realize that every difficult season is building strength, resilience, and perspective that success alone could never provide. Over time, their pain becomes one of their greatest advantages, because experience teaches lessons no book can teach. And while pain may be temporary, the wisdom it leaves behind can create a lifetime of unstoppable growth. One of the biggest reasons most people never reach their full potential is simple: they quit too soon. We live in a world obsessed with instant gratification. Everyone wants results now, success now, recognition now. But the people who become truly unstoppable understand a powerful truth. The best things in life take time. A massive oak tree starts as a tiny seed. A strong body is built one workout at a time. A successful career is created through years of consistent effort. Nothing extraordinary happens overnight. And that's exactly why patience becomes a superpower. Not passive waiting, but active confidence. The confidence to keep moving forward even when progress feels invisible. To keep showing up when nobody notices. To keep working when there are no guarantees. While others chase shortcuts and quick wins, these people focus on the long game. Day after day, month after month, year after year. And eventually something incredible happens. Their small actions begin to compound. Their skills sharpen. Their opportunities multiply. Their momentum becomes unstoppable. To outsiders, it looks like overnight success. But what they're really seeing is years of patience finally paying off. Because patience isn't waiting for success. Patience is staying committed long enough to create it. One of the most powerful changes that happens later in life isn't physical, it's emotional. When we're younger, emotions often sit in the driver's seat. Anger causes us to react before we think. Fear convinces us to play small. Stress makes us question our abilities and give up too soon. But the people who become unstoppable learn a lesson that changes everything. Never allow a temporary emotion to make a permanent decision. They understand that feelings are real, but they aren't always reliable. A bad day doesn't mean you're failing. A rejection doesn't mean you're not good enough. A setback doesn't mean your dream is over. Emotionally strong people don't ignore their emotions, they simply refuse to be controlled by them. When challenges appear, they stay calm. When pressure rises, they stay focused. When life gets difficult, they keep moving forward. Because they've learned that success isn't about feeling motivated every day. It's about staying committed, even on the days you don't feel like it. And in a world where many people are controlled by impulse, frustration, and fear, emotional control becomes a rare advantage. The ability to remain steady when others panic, focused when others quit, disciplined when others react. That's not just maturity. That's a superpower that can change the course of an entire life. There comes a moment in life that changes everything. A moment when you stop living as if you have endless tomorrows and start realizing that time is your most valuable resource. For years, many people operate under the illusion that there's always more time. More time to start that business, more time to get healthy, more time to chase the dreams they've been putting off. But eventually, reality sets in. You begin to understand that time is the one thing you can never earn back. And instead of being depressing, that realization becomes incredibly empowering. Because when you understand that your days are limited, you stop wasting them. procrastination loses its grip. Excuses sound weaker. Distractions become easier to ignore. You become more intentional with your choices, your energy, and your focus. Every day starts to matter. Every hour carries value. Every opportunity becomes more meaningful. This awareness creates a powerful sense of urgency, not panic, but purpose. A reason to act now instead of someday. A reason to stop waiting for the perfect moment. Because you realize something most people spend their entire lives avoiding. The perfect time doesn't exist. The only time you truly have is today. And the people who become unstoppable later in life are the ones who finally decide to make that time count. One of the biggest turning points in a person's life happens when they stop fighting battles they were never meant to win. So many people spend years exhausted, frustrated, and stuck because they're constantly worrying about things outside their control, the economy, other people's opinions, past mistakes, unfair circumstances, things they can't change no matter how much energy they invest. But the people who become unstoppable discover a powerful truth. Where your attention goes, your energy follows. And if your attention is trapped on things you can't control, your power disappears with it. That's why they shift their focus inward. They focus on their habits, their mindset, their discipline, their effort, their daily choices, and most importantly, how they respond when life doesn't go according to plan. This simple shift creates extraordinary results. Because every ounce of energy that was once wasted on frustration now gets invested into growth. Instead of complaining, they improve. Instead of blaming, they adapt. Instead of dwelling on the past, they build the future. And that's where real momentum begins. The moment you stop trying to control everything around you and start mastering what is within you, life changes, because true power isn't controlling the world. It's controlling yourself. And that's the foundation of becoming truly unstoppable. Perhaps the most powerful transformation of all happens when people stop trying to be who the world expects them to be. For years, sometimes decades, many people wear masks. They try to become the perfect employee, the perfect parent, the perfect friend, the version of themselves they believe others will accept and admire. But eventually, something changes. They realize that chasing perfection is exhausting, and more importantly, it's impossible. That's when they discover a truth that changes everything. Authenticity is far more powerful than perfection. They stop pretending, stop performing, stop hiding the parts of themselves they've spent years trying to suppress. They embrace their strengths, accept their flaws, and own the unique perspective that makes them different. And from that acceptance comes a new kind of confidence. Not the loud confidence that demands attention, but the quiet confidence that comes from finally being at peace with who you are. When you stop spending your energy trying to be someone else, you unlock an incredible amount of freedom. Freedom to grow, freedom to create, freedom to pursue what truly matters. Because the people who become unstoppable later in life aren't those who become perfect. They're the ones who finally become themselves, and that is where real power begins. So here's the truth. The people who become unstoppable later in life aren't the luckiest people in the room. They're the ones who finally learn from what life has been trying to teach them all along. They stop seeking approval and start trusting themselves. They turn pain into wisdom instead of bitterness. They develop patience when everyone else is chasing shortcuts. They master their emotions instead of being controlled by them. They understand the value of time. They focus on what they can control. And most importantly, they have the courage to become who they truly are. If you've ever felt like you're behind in life, hear this. You are not running someone else's race. You are running your own. Some people find success early, others find it later. Neither path is better. What matters is that you keep moving forward, because the person who refuses to quit when life gets hard, the person who keeps learning when others stop growing, the person who keeps showing up when nobody is watching, that person becomes impossible to stop. So don't judge your future by your current circumstances. Don't assume your best years are behind you. In fact, the most powerful chapter of your life may not be the one you've already lived. It may be the one you're about to begin. And that chapter starts with the choices you make today. If this message inspired you, be sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with someone who needs this reminder right now. Remember, it's never too late to grow, never too late to change, never too late to win. And it's never too late to become the person you were always capable of becoming. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.